What's up, everyone? Today is another day. Today, what's today? Uh, is it September or is it October? November. Yeah, because we just had October. So November 8th, and it's 8:23 in the morning, and I have a video for you today. It's Star Talk. It's kind of drama. It's science, drama, the universe. So, Star Talk. Does the universe need a creator? The answer is it depends. Like everything else, it depends. For me, no, I don't need one. For you, maybe you do. But it depends, right? So, anyways,
I have never had a worse time.
wow, fucking ad. What did I pay you for, chat?
Zone.
That's about as far as I got to, and then I realized I have to make a video.
So, Chuck,
Yes.
we haven't talked about God in a while.
Oh, there's a reason for that.
You're both ignorant. That's why.
Yeah, it's just that the history of civilization, anytime people had gods that they revered, they're in high places. The heavens have been associated
Right.
with deity
Correct.
from the beginning.
Right.
Okay? And so my field, deity.
I have to explain this. You see this? The reason why is because they weren't focused on sex. They weren't running around having sex. Sex, 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 sex. It seems like it's a good idea when you're like 5, and when you're 12, and you're like 16, 17, 18, and you're in your whacking years. But when you get gray and you get older, you're gonna regret it. And you're gonna wish you were smart. Unless, what's it called? You have a good shepherd, a good father, a good coach, a good dad, someone who takes care of you and allows you to be an ignorant little piece of shit. But anyways, the point is you want to have a small package because then you can stand on your own versus the tyranny that is, right? Like me, fortunately, I got lucky. I have a big package um, because I was very alpha in my youth. Um, but I was very lucky in how mine transpired because it seemed that I didn't have any bullies near me, and I had no one kind of force me to be a bully. We were all smart kids, and I happened to be the smartest kid, and so I had gotten all the attention, right? Um, but also I got to be the smartest kid as well, and so the two generally don't mix, generally. But again, I was very lucky, right? So in the real world, you're gonna have you're gonna have nerds and you have meatheads. The meatheads are the ones with the Johnsons. But the problem is, girls eventually realize they should get with the nerds because they actually have a future and they can have money and they're gonna have cars and whatnot. And yes, some guys will have everything because yes, there will be a quarterback, there will be a running back, yes, there will be a member of a team. Yes, it can be a thing, but I'm trying to tell you that what's it called? That's rare. That's very rare, right? But if you're good at math, everyone who's good at math is gonna make it, and that's the trade-off, and that's what this is, right? This guy's good at math. He's not good at sex. He's good at math. He's gonna get the bitches because they're gonna realize I should date a guy that's good at math. That football guy, is gonna be a loser and a nobody, and I'm gonna have to take care of him his whole life. Fuck that. But no one's gonna want to you if you've been fucking him for 10 years and now you want to get with me, and no one wants that. And that's kind of what's going on in the world today. But anyways, continue.
Correct.
From the beginning.
Right.
Okay. And so my field, astrophysics, directly confronts many people's questions regarding our existence.
Right.
For that reason.
Mommy, where's heaven? Oh, it's up there. No, it's not, because I have a telescope. It's not up there, Mommy.
Right. So you have that.
It's ignorance. It's not up there. That's not where it's at. That's where they thought it was. And you are making the argument that you thought wrong, so therefore you're wrong, when in reality it's just, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. That's all it is. You're punching down, Neil deGrasse Tyson. You're punching down. You have found a weakness, and you are strawmanning it. Instead of steelmanning it, you're strawmanning it. Me, what I do is I steelman the shit out of you and still tear you up because I'm alpha AF, like I told you before. So, anyways.
That intersection
Right.
of people's curiosity and what actually happens in modern astrophysics.
Okay.
And if you are religious or prone to be religious,
Right.
it's
Which
easy.
I think everyone is.
But perhaps, yeah, we're
I think
human.
We're prone to
It's a
be. I mean,
human
it doesn't-
thing.
It's a human thing.
Given how
Yes, you're prone to, what's it called? Have a father, basically. That's why we call it the father, the mother, you know what I'm saying? Family is a thing. That's what that is. It's family. It's a family when you don't have one. That's what you're talking about. Every time you're like, God isn't up there because you're wrong, ha ha ha, you're spitting on that family thing, you stupid idiots. So I'm telling you, you're ignorant AF.
prevalent it has been.
Exactly. Throughout our entire existence.
Exactly.
And some of the earliest recordings of communication involve exactly that.
Correct. The burial rituals of
Sucks.
Neanderthal, for example.
Right.
Right. You can only have done that if you thought there was an afterlife
Right.
or a supernatural force.
Yes.
There's
Okay.
an urge, I think, to see that which is unknown in the universe. You hear
To some, yes.
of it. Big unknowns like dark matter and dark energy. Two hugely mysterious big unknowns.
Did you see how he reacted? Did you see how he reacted? Look at his fingertips and look at his face.
It's like dark matter and dark energy. Two hugely mysterious.
He can barely contain himself because that's the kind of shit he likes. And he's trying to make it seem like, oh, everyone's curious. No, Neil, you are. Some people are like you, right? That's not everyone. Some people just accept it. I have a mom, I have a dad. What of it? That's it.
Pieces of modern astrophysics that are unresolved.
Right.
And they're not little, they're big.
Okay.
You add them together, it's 96% of what is driving this universe.
Blah, blah, blah.
And we have no clue what it is.
That's insane.
No
Yeah.
clue.
That makes me feel like we're the mistake here. I'm just saying.
Because we're not the majority of
we're
what's
not
going on.
We are the mistake here,
Yeah, we're not.
according to stoned ape theory.
97% of the stuff that's there is not you. You probably don't belong there.
Damn, Chuck.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You guys are both idiots.
Anyhow, so we can measure them. It's not a mystery that it's there.
That is there.
All right. We can measure their existence. We don't know what it is.
What it is.
All right. And there's precedent for that. We knew about the spectra of stars as soon as we were able to bring a spectroscope to the telescope.
correct.
So there's interesting information here. We don't understand it, but we know it must be important.
It's important to you. To the football player, he don't give a shit. He's still fucking his cheerleader wife. She's still having his kids. He's still having a life. You are a astrophysicist because that's your thing. Stop making it seem like it's everyone's thing.
different for this star than that star.
right.
Oh, these two stars.
That could be you, and that's how you're tying it. because you want to compete with a religion. But here I am, standing in your way, not allowing you to put yourself anywhere near it because you're a scumbag.
Match, let's make a catalog of all the spectra. Later, we would learn quantum physics, and we could then interpret what was going on. And thus was the birth of our modern understanding of stellar evolution. The first steps are the measurements.
Right.
So it's not so weird that we have measurements and don't know what it is.
Right.
So there's not only that, there are other questions that are just simply yet to be answered,
Okay.
as opposed
Which
to
don't matter.
mysteries. So one of them is what was around before the Big Bang.
That's a
It
big
might
one.
have been a multiverse, but even if there is a multiverse, what was
Yeah,
around
the
before the
one
multiverse?
before
Okay.
No one
and
cares.
we don't yet know how Earth went from
The hell?
the seizure. That's correct.
Right.
So that's an example
What the hell?
of something that we didn't have an explanation for.
Right.
When I hit my desk.
The seizure. That's correct.
Right.
So that's an example.
Whoa. When I hit my desk, everything fucks up. That's crazy. Okay, I go back. I gotta find out where we were. The fuck?
The seizure. That's correct.
Right.
The is in
Right.
Sorry, I don't know what the hell happened. Like I said, I hit my desk.
I no longer touch. It was retrograde. And it's work. The Alma. God is. So if you lean the
Right.
but even if there are questions that have measured understand, and we could then talk, no, it must be important. It's different for this star than that's from us. We don't understand it, but we know it must be important. It's different for this star than that star.
Right.
Oh, these two stars match. Let's make a catalog of all the spectra. Later, we would learn quantum physics, and we could.
So some of us would learn, and some of us carry that forward for the rest of us because that's where we're into. That's fine. We can be into it, but the football player isn't. So stop saying we. That's an extreme, by the way. There's a lot of people who don't give a shit, like that factory worker, like that construction worker, like that lawyer, like that doctor. They don't care about astrophysicist shit. You can, you fat bastard, but stop acting like it. All of us do.
The seizure. That's the seizure.
What is doing that?
The
What
seizure.
the
That's
Oh, it's a button.
of our modern measure simply yet for the years. All right.
Yeah.
And we're trying to do it in the lab overnight. Earth took a. What was
Yeah,
around
the one
before the
before the
multiverse?
multiverse.
Okay. Two mysteries. So one of them is what was around before the Big Bang was going on, and thus was the birth of our modern understanding of stellar evolution. It will be all about this. This interesting information here. We don't understand it, but we know it must be important. It's different for this star than that star.
Right.
Oh, these two stars match. Let's make a catalog of all the spectra. Later, we would learn quantum physics, and we could then interpret what was going on. And thus was the birth of our modern understanding of stellar evolution. The
Cool.
first steps are the measurements. So it's not so weird that we have measurements and don't know what it is.
Right.
So there's not only that, there are other questions that are just simply yet to be answered,
Okay.
as opposed to mysteries. So one of them is
And for the record, I just want to say there are a lot of people in the world that will pretend to be me, but like Destiny, for example, should not be what he is. He should be answering to me, and I should be answering the questions, not Destiny. The kid that got shot in the neck, he's another one. Like anybody who does that kind of thing should be me. It shouldn't be these fucking idiots. Like, they're not philosophers. I am. They're not Plato. I am. You understand? There's a difference. I'm the world's smartest man. You just happen to be existent in the smart world. You learn these things, but you aren't as smart as me. I have answers to things you wish you did, right? And it's important for them to come to me, to the source, for the answers, because that's how you prevent cancer. Is all of this artificial fake bullshit, fakeness, that's cancer, essentially, right? Not literally, but yeah, you get that. Anyways, I just wanted to say that real quick.
Is what was around before the Big Bang.
That's a
It
big
might
one.
have been a multiverse, but even if there is a multiverse, what was
Yeah,
around
the one
before the
before the
multiverse?
multiverse.
Okay. And we don't yet know how Earth went from organic molecules to self-replicating life.
Right.
All right. Earth figured it out. We haven't figured that out yet.
Right.
Right.
Granted, Earth took a couple 100 million years. All right.
Yeah.
And we're trying to do it in the lab overnight.
Right.
But still, that's a mystery.
And who knows how many failures over that couple 100 million years Earth had?
Good point.
You know?
Because they ain't left.
Well, they're
Right.
not there.
They're
Right.
not there. They didn't survive. So,
No, see, that is probably something that Neil didn't take into consideration. Because Neil's a dumbass. You understand? But he's gonna act like, oh, I know. Like, what was his name? What the fuck was his name? There is a stand-up comedian, Russell Peters, who he makes a joke about people who act like they know but they don't. And he talks about going to a store and asking where the escalator is, and the guy says he knows where it is. Russell Peters asks, okay, where is it? And there's a whole exchange you should watch. It's kind of funny. Anyways, the guy says take a left, right, and so Peters finally left, right into a fucking wall, right? And then so he's looking around, sees somebody else, asks him. He says the same thing. He's like, nah. And so they go back and forth. Anyways, you should watch it. It's funny. But the point is they are talking out of their ass when they shouldn't. And that's the point. And that's kind of why America sucks right now. That's why the world sucks right now. Because we have people who are faking it until they make it. And now they can't do it when they need to, when we need them to. They can't do it because they're fake. That's a big problem in America today, in the world today.
if you lean religious, you will see these mysteries as where God might reside.
Yes.
You could see that. Yes. That's what stupid people do, you fucking idiot.
God is operating there.
Right.
And there's a long tradition of this, actually, but philosophers got wise to it, and they came up with a term for it. We've mentioned it on a couple of other
Absolutely.
of our explainers. God of the gaps.
God of the gaps.
The God of the gaps.
It's a very
Right.
powerful concept.
And
Now, here's the thing, because life finds a way, right? That's how it works. So you say it's the God of the gaps. So I say, okay, cool, whatever. I'm still gonna do it. That may be true, but it's just an excuse. It's just an attempt for you to get me to stop. I ain't gonna stop. Fuck you, you fat fuck. I don't give a shit what you say, what you think. Like, this is my theory. I think that, and every single time it fits, and if it fits, I assits. You know what I'm saying?
it's got the alliteration, so it
Yes,
kind
I
of
do.
stuck
I
with
like it.
people. So it's the
Now, on the opposite end, on the opposite side, because I have the empathy, so I can do this shit. Yeah, you're full of shit. To do that, you're full of shit. But on the opposite side, once again, I don't give a shit what you say. I'm gonna fucking do it because if it fits, I assist.
urge to declare that if there's something you don't understand about the universe, that God must be there with the puppet strings or
Right.
with the forcing of what's going on.
Again, dumb people can do whatever they do. Stupid is as stupid does. Okay.
Right.
And my favorite God of the Gaps moment, can I tell you
Is?
that? It was Ptolemy,
Okay.
Claudius Ptolemy, AD 150, in the margin of his greatest work, the Almagest.
Right.
Okay, actually just Almagest,
Right.
which is Arabic for
Math. Hi, I wrote a book called Math. Guess what's in it?
Almagest is the greatest. It's an Arabic translation of the greatest.
That's so cool.
And he masterfully codified the epicycles that he was sure planets traced in the sky.
Really?
With Earth in the middle of the known universe.
Oh.
There's no other way to account for planets going backwards and
forwards.
With retrograde, we have words for it even.
Right.
Goes backwards, retrograde.
Right.
We think the planet's actually doing that.
That's what you do now. When you say, oh, this is the edge of the universe, or this is a micron, looks like you're making names for things you can't confirm.
That's why your washing machine's not working.
They used to do it, and you still do it today.
Because Mercury's in retrograde. Your phone stopped working? It's not gremlins. It's Mercury in retrograde.
I don't think Mercury cares about inanimate objects. I
Man.
think it only cares about people.
He speaks so highly of you. How could you say that?
So he does this, but
Right.
it's still kind of a mystery. Why would all that happen?
Exactly.
It's just doing it. I can account for it with my little epicycle.
Chuck reminds me of me because I take the more silly face, basically. So
Cycles. And he wrote in his margins, as I trace the windings to and fro of the heavenly bodies, I no longer touch earth with my feet. I stand in the presence of Zeus himself. Take my fill of ambrosia.
Damn, he was just wrong on many accounts.
But he
didn't even get
believed
the
it.
right God.
But he believed it. That's the point.
He went with Zeus.
He's Greek. He's Greek, okay?
Yeah, no,
so
I get
give
it.
the man his religion.
All right.
Don't take away his religion.
Exactly. Let him be.
Right.
And so that, for me, was the crowning moment of
If he ain't a Hitler, let him be.
God of the Gaps.
Right.
All right, so there are people who to this
And just to clarify, because people seem to fuck this notion up, as long as he ain't killing people and people ain't suffering at his behest, do your thing. Believe what you want. Feel how you feel. No one fucking cares. No one should. If you want to chase a ball, go this okay. So real quick, I'm just gonna break it down real fast. Religion to me, okay? This is what God is to me. Okay. Now imagine you're chasing a ball. Or you're a dog, you're chasing a ball. Okay? You throw a ball, you pretend to throw it, whatever. The dog goes after the ball. You never threw the ball, but the dog went after it. That feeling, that's religion. Real or not. If you threw it or you didn't, it doesn't matter. They still feel joy. They still feel good because you threw the ball. He's excited. He's ready. He's like looking for it. That feeling still happened. Real or not. Throwing the ball or not. He still feels good. That's the point. Now the question is there a God or is there not a God? I don't know. But let him fucking dream, you fucking animal. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Stop taking that fucking joy from them, you fucking bitch. Anyways, continue.
this day,
Which, by the way, I mean, before we go further, that's another iteration of how we experience God. He understood something was going on, but it inspired awe within him. And whenever somebody feels that sense of awe, they often want to attribute that to God.
correct, because it's
That's their, what's called, how they brought up. They were brought up. That has nothing to do with intelligence. That has to do with culture. That has to do with culture. Essentially, like, you're trying to conflate the two, but they're not. He's saying it's because of God, because that's how he grew up. To attribute it to God, that's how he was programmed. That's what it is. Just like that one fucking idiot, the action lab. Oh, I measured time. No, you didn't. You measured the fact that you slowed down time. But time, or not time, but light, rather. Light. I slowed down light. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Light is still light. It's going as fast as light does. All you're doing is measuring the distance. It has nothing to do with the light. You fucking idiot. And again, this is what you're doing. You're measuring the distance, the difference, rather. And then you're calling the difference it. When in reality, it's the difference, not the it, the difference. Anyways.
beyond their grasp.
Right.
So this is it's been going on forever.
Right.
This urge.
Yeah.
Okay. My caution there is, if that's how you define God, where science has yet to tread,
Right.
then God to you is an ever receding pocket of scientific ignorance.
And so is that statement, by the way. Because at some point, what if they do find God, you fucking clown? And then what? Oh, it turns out you were the ignorant one. You fucking idiot. Again, that's the journey. We don't know. We don't know. And we will never know. And yes, some people shoot before they ask questions. That's why I was banned from Destiny.gg. It's because they will shoot and they feel and they act on an impulse. Yes, there are those people and they do exist, but that is not intelligence. And you acting like that's an intelligent argument, that's you punching down, that's you picking on the little kids. Because they fucked up, you want to say everyone fucked up. No, that's just them. Leave them alone. How would you talk to actual philosophers? Stop picking on the kids. You're like the pro gamers, right? Or the streamers out there. You do it because it's easy. Why don't you do what I do and actually go and face like the real fucking challengers in the world? And be like, okay, I want to see how good you are. Let's go. Cause you're a bitch. I'm not. This is why I'm the alpha. The kids back then knew. They seen it. They knew. You fucking faker. You fucking fake.
Oh, that's sad. I mean, that's
If
saying-
you
that's-
define
if you
God that way,
God
it's
that
an
way.
if statement.
Right.
So round two.
Round two.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
Round two. All right. There are people who, they're not falling for the God of the gaps.
Right.
To them, God is everything.
Yeah.
Gaps and no gaps.
Right.
Okay? So that God, that's a different God. Okay?
Okay.
That's not just a God who's lurks,
Right.
because science is an ever-moving frontier. Right? One day we'll
I'm going to justify God, or I'm sorry, I'm going to justify science, but I'm not going to justify God. That's what he's doing. Because science is ever, what do you think they're doing? What do you think is happening? Every time we don't know, they say it's God. It's an ever receding frontier as much as you're proceeding. But again, the part that's receding is the stupid people, because I believe in God, but I'm not gonna say that. Oh, we don't know. It must be God. You know why? Because that's fucking stupid, Neil. You idiot. Wake up.
figure out dark matter, dark energy, and what happens to your God if that's what it was. All right?
Right. Okay.
So the people who say God is everything, that resembles greatly Spinoza's God. He suggested
Yeah.
that the very order of the universe, the operations of nature, everything we see, feel, and experience is God.
Okay. And
For the record, God is good. For the record, God is good.
now I know a lot of people who feel that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So that would be Spinoza's God. And when Einstein was asked, does he believe in God? He said, if there's a God I believe in,
Well, then why does evil exist? Why does the bad thing? The same reason why we have a right and a left in America, because the same reason why your body feels pain is because you need to know your arm is on fire in order to get out of the fucking way, so that you don't die into a fucking fire. You fucking idiot. That's what's going on. That's all it is.
at all, I'm paraphrasing, it's Spinoza's God. Okay?
Right.
That's a different God from a God that is paying attention to your behavior. So as you come from that posture to gods that are more engaged with you and your existence,
Personally involved.
personally involved, then these would be gods you pray to.
Okay.
You wouldn't pray to Spinoza's God. I just want to make it clear to people that when they say God,
Right.
God has very
This is what made me want to start this video, is because who are you to tell me how to do what I do and what I want to do? You don't have that right. You don't tell me how to do what I do. What I do is my business, you fuck. Back the fuck. Go look at stars, you fucking idiot. Seriously, go look at stars, go look at planets. This is why you need to shut up. Because you're petty, you're small, you're pathetic. You're a loser. Loser. Capital L loser. And I'm doing it this way for you because the L is backwards to me, but its correct way is for you when I do it this way. You see the L? Boom, you're a loser. Right? That's all that is. And again, there are people in the world that don't have empathy and they think it works this way. Oh, loser, because the L works for me, but it doesn't work for you. But I have empathy. I know that the L does not work for me, but now you see it. And so therefore, it's an L to you. So you're a loser. You're a dumbass. You think you know what the fuck you're talking about, but you don't.
Very different meanings to different people,
There's a tiered
even throughout
perception
history.
of God.
Even throughout history.
Wow,
Correct.
that's great.
Correct.
Okay, I like it.
Okay.
So far, this is great.
So a common God manifesting today in people's beliefs is a God that cares about.
So Chuck to me is a dog, right? That Neil brought in. Maybe it's because he sucked his D, or I don't know what it is, but they're like essentially. To me, the way the situation is, Neil deGrasse Tyson is the teacher and Chuck is the student, essentially. But Chuck still has that ignorance and that youth about him that Neil does not have. That's why he's able to be funny, and he's a lot like myself still, perpetually young, right? And the problem, though, is that Neil is stupid and wrong, and if anything, Chuck should be my homie and my friend. And I had people like Chuck in college, and they hung around to me in college because we had the same thing that he has here, but I had it in college. I was a natural alpha, like I said. If you'd shut the fuck up and stop preaching from your pants, or if you'd stop trying to spit on my name or the way I talk or the way I look, and you listen to the words and you stop being Trump for a fucking minute, you'd realize you make a lot of sense. I like you. I'm gonna follow you. You make a lot of sense. Everyone else is full of shit. They'll just say what I want to hear, but you just tell it like it is, and it makes sense. You would realize this. So anyways.
About them
Right.
and their health, wealth, and well-being,
Right.
and their prayers, and the like. Okay.
Right.
So there is a point of view that says this universe is so amazing. There had to be a God, an intelligence behind it.
The intelligent design people.
So in that case, they're not looking at a rock and saying there's intelligence behind it.
Right.
They're looking at something more.
You're an idiot. Because the rock is intelligent design. What is the rock? It's atoms and molecules. Like, you're a scientist. Oh, wait, I forgot. You only talk about stars. You don't know what you're talking about. Continue. Oops. Forgot. You know what you're talking about.
Complicated than they can understand,
Right.
and saying there's the intelligence.
Right.
You're a
All
dumbass.
right, they look at the operations of a cell,
You don't know what you're talking about, so.
Yes.
all that going on, and something that's microscopic. They're just
Exactly.
amazed by it. They're in awe,
And awe.
of it, and so surely God is at work
Right.
around here.
Yeah.
Now, so one of them that went around for
Or maybe he was. We don't know.
a while, and I found it very unconvincing. It was the laws of physics are exactly the way they need to be for us to be alive.
Really?
That is true.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. If they were slightly different, then we wouldn't be here.
No, we would. We would be different, though.
Like if the charge on the electron or the value of the gravitational constant or the speed of light, you know, things like that.
We would be different. We would be a lot thinner, for example, if the gravity wasn't as strong. What's it called? Also, we wouldn't need as much muscle and fiber and whatnot. We'd be smaller overall, I think. We'd be a smaller people. We'd be a little green alien, basically. Like, a good example of that is Star Trek, right? Like the multicolored people, the green aliens, the red aliens, like that is an example of that's a good example of life and the differences in life. And this is why race is a lie, because the color of your skin depends on the intensity of the sun and the weather. It has nothing to do with you as a person. Like, black people are meant to be born as slaves because they're stupid. It's just the culture. And for a long time, they made it to where if you're black and you live in a black community, you're going to have a shitty time, basically. And then they said, oh, look, they're having a shitty time, therefore they're shitty people. No, you're making their lives shit. No shit, you fucking. The same thing happened to me. I went through hell to get where I am now. I shouldn't be here. I should have my own home. I should have income. I should have kids. I should be married. I shouldn't be here right now because of this bullshit. But you want to go and fucking fake and be pretend and lie and fucking cause shit and then act like the shit you cause is natural, and that's where synthetic and fake and alternative comes from. That's how Trump works. Alternative facts and blah blah blah. And synthetic bullshit, fake to make it, all that shit. It comes down to this. Anyways, I'm done. I'm done. So, anyways, people, be happy, be safe. I've been talking for 36 minutes and I've watched only 10 minutes. So, that's, I would say, enough. I have transformed this by a long shot. Neil deGrasse Tyson, you're a dumbass. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're a dumbass. Anyways, be well, be happy, be safe. Um, I do coaching. I give life to, if you play a video game, I can show you how to be the best at the video game. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm pretty good. I just have to learn about it and figure it out. I don't know it all. I'm gonna figure it out it all, right? So about a game, I will be your coach in that game. And if it's life stuff, if you need a life coach, if your life sucks and you don't know why, hit me up. I will be your coach. So anyways, just letting you know, that's it. Be well, be happy, be safe, take care, God bless, be strong, be loved, and don't be a hater. Don't pull up the ladder behind you, unless you're like running from the cops or something. um, which the Trump people are, by the way. That's kind of why they're doing that. But anyways, yeah. So don't let the door hit you, or the Lord split you in peace.